Thanks for listening to the Protectors of the Wood Adventure Series. Support us on Patreon at Protectors of the Wood. And to all the eco warriors out there, remember that everyone can make a difference and every action counts.
I listen to you. I hear what you say. Go ahead and cry from your heart. I'll see you part. With me, there's always a way. I'll see you wherever you are. You can't be too near or too far. Any place you may happen to be, I can shine for you to see. Come close to me, and you'll surely see how life begins all around. See what you found.
The Protectors of the Wood Adventure Series. Episode number 123. Building the Good Road. Part 1. With the River Queen securely tied to trees along the Half Moon River, Sharon led the group across Cemetery Lane to the parking lot of the Middletown Garden Center. There they gathered for a short meeting, thanking Sharon for the incredible ride from Rivergate, and in a very low voice, Sharon asked the group to forget they ever saw Abby's staff, known as the Mapstick. They all agreed. Lluvia whispered to Diego, and Abby read her lips.
The ghost girl is the keeper.
Okay, that's it. We're off. Lluvia, Diego, we're on to Half Moon in Evansville.
Sara was walking to her car, but Abby signaled to her to wait for a minute.
What's up?
Tell Amy to postpone our meeting tomorrow night. She shouldn't come to the church at all. At least not now. Sonny gave me a word of caution. Do you know I'm watched in the churchyard 24 hours a day? And followed when I leave? Don't worry. They don't follow boats. At least not yet. But they will be sure to notice Amy getting involved with us. That scares Sonny. He wants to keep Amy and her father off their radar. So, come alone to meet me tomorrow at the office door of the church at 5:30. Next week, I'll find a date to come to Evansville, lose my stalkers, and meet with you and Amy there in the clear. We'll plan it tomorrow, just the two of us.
Oh, so it's like that.
I think Amy has a unique part to play, and we've got to keep it in the shadows for now. I so enjoyed talking to her, but Sonny's advice is worth its weight in gold.
They were standing in the parking lot by Sara's car. Junior waved to Abby to come around the back side of the garden center.
I'll be there tomorrow at 5:30.
Sara slid into her tiny car and rolled into a U-turn out onto Main Street. Abby followed Junior around the garden center and in the back door. He led her up a short hallway and through another door. Abby found herself in Allison's personal office and herb storage room. The shelves on 3 sides were full of glass jars containing leaves and powders and oils. A side table held a butcher block with knives and small utensils. A desk, a computer, and cabinets cluttered the central area. Junior pulled out one chair to face the other. Abby set the mapstick carefully on the floor and took a seat.
I've only got about 45 minutes. We need to talk in a hurry. My dad filled me in a little bit, so I'm all yours now.
That was such a nice job last night at the open gate. I can see you have a plan, a long-term campaign. Suddenly I'm part of it, but I don't see all the pieces. Sunny acts like I'm supposed to know everything, but I don't. I mean, I know a lot of details, but I'm having trouble with the big picture. How would you describe our major goal? How does it all fit together?
It's a long story, and you know most of it. You know that Rivergate and Hidden Valley have a different way of life in many ways than the world around us. It almost seems like a freakish accident, but there it is, undeniable. For hundreds of years, it seemed that the larger world of getting rich, with powerful organizations gathering the Earth's resources to amass a huge fortune, was the way of the future. We appeared to be a relic of the past. But as time went on, the picture changed. And now, with every passing year, we are more and more convinced we have a gift that the world needs. A bridge over the raging sea. The dark side of the pillaging of the earth has come to haunt us all, rich and poor, in every part of the world.
Abby was about to speak, but Junior raised his hand.
Okay, you know all that, but you aren't thinking about the implications of it. Let me spell it out. We know the legend of the good road and the bad road. My grandfather's story, when we were young, the good road was neglected and has to be rediscovered and built again. Much of the world is on the bad road, and people are starting to panic. Many try to deny it all, which only makes them more frightened and desperate. Our job is to expand the good road, build it up so people can find it and walk on it. And all over the world, more and more people are struggling to walk on the good road. But we haven't reached a critical mass yet. That's because those who profit from the bad road have enormous power that they try to maintain. So, if we show ourselves too openly, we risk getting stepped on.
Abby nodded.
We're trying to grow quietly, without seeking conflicts. We have to establish ourselves before we get too much attention.
Okay, I follow you. That's one of my problems, understanding how to grow quietly. I don't know enough to make those decisions.
You actually know a lot. And you'll learn fast, because you'll be in touch with many people. You have a central role to play already. And it will expand as events start moving. I'm going to outline our key building blocks. You'll find most of them very familiar.
Junior waited for Abby to respond.
You know, people act like I know a lot, but it doesn't feel that way to me.
Just be patient with me. Here we go. The first building blocks you already understand better than I do. Better than most of us. The art of seed saving. Developing varieties of trees and plants adapted to the local climate. And growing in harmony together and feeding people and all life. And providing energy and other necessities for each particular area. Monocultures have got to disappear. We've made fabulous progress here, becoming stewards of the forest and thriving on its benefits, drawing in the local farms, spreading the best varieties of seeds, and teaching methods tested over thousands of years. And we've done this while eliminating fossil fuels completely. An essential part of our way is the art of composting. No long-term agriculture is possible without it. It is as essential as saving the best seeds. Most people understand, or are beginning to see, but the art of anaerobic composting, the making of biogas methane from organic material, is not well known. Energy can be created from organic material that is considered to be waste material, garbage, buried in landfills. It composts underwater and sends methane into the atmosphere to worsen climate change. We collect all this waste and make energy our own way. And this coming winter, you'll see how important that is.
But aren't we already selling biogas in Middletown, Half Moon, and maybe Evansville?
Yes, we're doing it already. But there are touchy issues involved, because we don't want fossil fuel corporations and their politicians to gang up against us. And we want to learn more about the virtues and problems of our enterprise. For example, we don't want crops for energy to replace crops for food. But in some areas, organic waste and fast-growing grasses on soil too poor for food can replace a good percentage of fracking. The basic thing people need to understand is that biogas is carbon neutral. Organic material like our food waste draws its carbon from the atmosphere and gives it back as it decays. Fossil fuels took their carbon from the atmosphere thousands of years ago. It keeps that carbon underground. But humans, in our arrogance, have brought that carbon up to the light of day and burn it, liberating the methane and carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, where it creates the greenhouse effect, or what we know as climate change. We absolutely must learn to leave fossil fuels in the ground. That's the main thing. Biogas is not a fossil fuel. It's made from plants. Long ago, before the carbon was stored underground, the climate was too hot for life as we know it now. Leaving fossil fuels underground is necessary to sustain life as we know it.
Abby nodded.
I get it.
Our eyes could see. We used to think of all we'd won. Well, think again before it's done. Tell me, what is nature worth? It's heartbreak time on planet Earth. It's heartbreak time on planet Earth. Each day we're
all wondering where and when. Is it a billion years or fast dead end? No one knows what's around the bend. What will it mean for the light to come? It's all gonna matter what we've done. It's all gonna matter what we've done. Your face and the stars still shine in the darkest night. They cast a light on all we do, and we would change if we only knew. What are the lives of our children worth? It's heartbreak time on planet Earth. It's heartbreak time on planet Earth. Heartbreaking, so beautiful, shattering before our eyes. How could we think we could ever live without what life all around us gives? Let's act as one, we can see the way. The fossil fuel age ends today. The fossil fuel age ends today. Let's act as one, we see the way. The fossil fuel age ends today. Let's act as one, we see the way. The fossil fuel age ends today. Let's act as one, we see the way. The fossil fuel age ends today. At a turning point, we need help, do you know how? This crazy time is out of joint, and nature needs us now. We see the way the fossil fuel age ends today. The fossil fuel age ends today. Let's act as one, we see the way. The fossil fuel age ends today. Let's act as one, we see the way. The fossil fuel age ends today. Let's act as one, we see the way. The fossil fuel age ends today. Let's act as one, we see the way. The fossil fuel age ends today. Let's act as one, we see the way. The fossil fuel age ends today.
Trillions of living things are everywhere around. Our lives are all planted deep into the sacred ground. There's everything to love and everything to fear. It's planet Earth in the universe and nature lives here. It's planet Earth in the universe and nature lives here. It's planet Earth in the universe and nature lives here. It's planet Earth in the universe and nature lives here. And nature lives here.